And Rasool has presented a report on his expulsion from the USA to the South African government. That's according to the ANC Subcommittee on International Relations. Rasool was sent packing from the US after remarks he made in a webinar linking President Donald Trump to white supremacy. There's no clear indication if or when any action will be taken against Rasool.
We have received reports of the work that he had actually done, and it was an unfortunate situation what has occurred, and I think where we are now is to move forward. We have to move forward. Government processes have actually been utilized where he was called to come and account. So we've not gagged him. He's gone back to the Western Cape. He has reported to his region. He has reported to his branch. He went to meet his minister and so on. Life must continue now.
Many observers feel that Rasool's comments were the excuse the US was looking for to make an example of South Africa. The Trump administration already cut off all aid and funding to South Africa in February for its anti-American policies. The ANC says while they want to mend diplomatic relations with the US, they refuse to compromise on issues including seeking justice for the people of Palestine and the Expropriation Act.
There are issues that we will never compromise on because they are the foundational values of our international relations policy. And that is in relations to international law, its respect with regards to the ICJ matter, our outlook on human rights, and also our own domestic issues, which are foregrounded on the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. On issues of transformation, even the International Human Rights Council in Geneva has confirmed that South Africa does need redress on the land question.
The ANC has also resolved to have formal engagements with lobby groups AfriForum and Solidarity on diplomatic tensions with the US, Expropriation Act and other laws aimed at redress. The party says it will announce the date of the engagements soon. Pule Lichwiti Jones, Boksburg, in Ekurhuleni.
Hey folks, Lachlan here, speaking to you as always from just outside of Durban, South Africa. I hope that wherever you are this Monday, you're having a good day. So it would appear, once again, that the African National Congress has learned nothing from the expulsion of former South African ambassador to the United States, Ibrahim Rasool. Ibrahim Rasool, for those who don't remember him, is the ambassador who recently publicly referred to Donald Trump as the leader of a white supremacist world order and referred to the American people as nativist racists. For this, the United States government justly expelled him from their country. Not only has Rasool not been reprimanded by the ANC, when he returned to South Africa, he was greeted with a hero's welcome. So it's very clear to me that although the African National Congress and President Ramaphosa in particular continue to claim that they want a stable and sustainable relationship with the Trump administration, this is very clearly not true, because they allow our state officials to rampantly insult world leaders with seemingly no consequences. With regard to the South African government's case against Israel in the International Court of Justice, I don't care what your feelings are with regard to the conflict between Israel and Palestine. I don't care if you are pro-Jew or pro-Palestine. But the fact is that South Africa had no business intervening in that conflict because, frankly, it has nothing to do with the South African people except perhaps for those South Africans who are of Jewish descent. By and large, that conflict has no relevance to the lives of ordinary South Africans. And all that the ANC did by lodging that case at the ICJ was to cause turbulence and unrest in this country and to destabilize the resources that we were receiving at the behest of the United States. Now, I would make the argument that, and I have actually made the argument previously, that the United States is under no obligation to provide funding to South Africa or any other country. And I must clarify rather something that was very obviously left out of the report I just played for you. They imply that South Africa was the only nation to which Trump cut international funding. That is not true. Many nations around the world have ceased to receive funding from the United States. And that, in my view, is well within the rights of the American people. It is Trump's job to look after the needs of his own citizens before the needs of anyone else. So, what I generally think is that the ANC should either take lessons on the subject of international diplomacy so that they know how to operate in ways that won't anger their allies, or they should just shut the hell up, because when they speak on the international stage, they behave like children who should not be given any credence or respect at all. With regard to land expropriation and the ANC's repeated claim that that has nothing to do with any other country and that it is an internal matter, that is also nonsense, because many of the international trade agreements in which South Africa is involved rely heavily on an agreement to respect sovereign property rights of a nation's citizens. And the Land Expropriation Act threatens those property rights. And that is why America and other nations are starting to look sideways at the South African government. Overall, it seems very clear to me that, once again, the African National Congress has proven that they themselves, as the political class, live entirely separate lives from ordinary South Africans, and they don't care about what consequences their actions have on the rest of us. As always, I hope that you find some use in this content. Look after yourselves, take care of each other, practice the true meaning of Ubuntu, and for now, farewell.